Now, you know how much I love a good holiday, sun, sea, and a cheeky little cocktail, but even I have to admit, choosing where to go these days can feel like navigating a minefield of international incidents and ever-changing travel advice. In 2025, global opinions are shifting, and that includes how British citizens view the world. So darling, put down the guidebook and grab a cuppa, because in this video we're taking a look at the top 10 countries the UK public has grown increasingly critical of. Think political tensions, travel warnings, cultural clashes, and all those recent global events that have us reaching for the smelling salts. From diplomatic disputes that could curdle milk to negative public perception that would make your mother-in-law blush. These are the places British travellers are turning away from. Whether it's due to visa restrictions that would make even a saint swear, safety concerns that would make a bodyguard sweat, or just bad vibes that could kill a houseplant, this list might surprise you. First up, we're off to the Far East, a land of ancient wonders, delicious food, and let's be honest, a fair bit of political tension. Now, I'm not one for gossip, but the whispers about China have gotten so loud, even my nan's hearing aid picked them up. The UK government has issued travel warnings, citing concerns over human rights and, dare I say it, the potential for espionage. And it seems the British public are listening. Applications for Chinese visas have plummeted faster than a panda down a bamboo shoot. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go, but if you do fancy a taste of the Orient, you might want to brush up on your Mandarin and pack a copy of 101 Ways to Blend In with the Locals, just in case. Of course, it's not all doom and gloom. China boasts some of the most breathtaking scenery on Earth, from the majestic Great Wall to the bustling streets of Shanghai. But with political tensions running high, it seems many Brits are opting for a nice cup of tea and a biscuit back home instead. Next, we're off to the land of vodka, ballet, and, well, let's just say international relations that could use a good cuddle. Russia, with its onion-domed churches and snow-covered landscapes, has always held a certain mystique for us Brits. But lately, that fairy-tale charm has been replaced with a touch of frostbite. Diplomatic relations have been, shall we say, a bit chilly of late. And with ongoing safety concerns for foreign travellers, it seems many Brits are opting for warmer climes and less complicated geopolitics. Who needs borscht? And a side of international intrigue anyway. Now, I'm not saying a trip to Russia is out of the question. But if you do fancy a spin on Red Square, or a peek at the Hermitage, it's probably best to pack your thermals, your phrase book, and a healthy dose of caution. Oh, and maybe brush up on your Cyrillic alphabet. Hold on to your hamburgers, because we're crossing the pond to the good old US of A. Now, I love America, I really do. I mean, where else can you get a decent bagel outside of London? But even I have to admit, things have been a tad dramatic over there lately, haven't they? From political divisions that could split a Thanksgiving turkey to cultural clashes that would make a diplomat reach for the earplugs, it seems the land of opportunity is also the land of proceed with caution. And let's not even get started on the gun control debate. Even I, a firm believer in the power of a good handbag, find that one a bit much. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pack your bags and head for the bright lights of Times Square or the sunny beaches of California. But you might want to pack a sense of humor, a thick skin, and maybe a phrase book to decipher the latest slang. Because, darling, keeping up with the cultural shifts in America is a full-time job, and who needs that when you're on holiday? Chapter 4. India, a land of contrasts and visa vexations. Next, we're off to India, a land of vibrant colours, exotic spices, and let's be honest, a visa application process that could make a saint swear. Now, I love a good curry as much as the next person, but even I have to admit, getting into India is about as easy as getting tickets to the Wimbledon final. The visa restrictions are enough to make you weep into your chai tea. And don't even get me started on the bureaucracy. It's enough to make you long for the efficiency of, well, let's just say it's not exactly a well-oiled machine, but it's not just the paperwork that's putting Brits off. Public perception of India has taken a bit of a nosedive lately, with concerns over safety, sanitation, and, well, let's just say some cultural differences that might leave you reaching for a strong cuppa. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't experience the magic of India. Chapter 5. Turkey, a rocky road to paradise. Hold on to your fez hats because we're off to Turkey, a land of ancient ruins, beautiful beaches, and, well, let's just say the political climate has been known to be a bit turbulent lately. Now, I love a good Turkish delight as much as the next person, but even I have to admit Turkey's recent political upheavals have left many Brits feeling a little bit cautious. Safety concerns have soared higher than a hot air balloon over Cappadocia, and the Foreign Office has been busier than a kebab shop on a Saturday night issuing travel warnings. It seems the only thing hotter than the Turkish sun these days is the political climate. Now, I'm not saying you should cancel your trip to Istanbul or swap your Turkish towels for a nice cup of tea and a digestive biscuit, but if you do fancy exploring the Hagia Sophia or bartering for carpets in the Grand Bazaar, it's probably best to keep your wits about you and stay informed about the latest developments. Chapter 6, Brazil Carnival. Chaos or cause for concern. Next, we're off to Brazil, a land of samba rhythms, rainforests teeming with life, and, well, let's just say a news cycle that's been more dramatic than a telenovela lately. Now, I love a good carnival as much as the next person, but even I have to admit, recent events in Brazil have left many Brits feeling a little bit apprehensive. We're talking political scandals that would make your hair stand on end, crime rates that would make a gangster blush, and deforestation that's enough to make you want to chain yourself to the nearest rainforest. It's enough to make you want to swap your caipirinhas for a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. Now, I'm not saying you should avoid Brazil altogether. After all, it's home to some of the most breathtaking natural wonders on Earth, from the Amazon rainforest to the Iguazu Falls. But you might want to pack your mosquito repellent, your wits about you, and maybe a copy of How to Survive in the Wilderness, just in case. Get ready for a walk on the wild side in South Africa, a land of stunning landscapes and incredible wildlife. But recent struggles with crime and social unrest have cast a shadow over its Rainbow Nation image. It's important to be aware of the challenges and take precautions. From the majestic Table Mountain to the breathtaking garden route, South Africa will stay with you. Hold on to your sombreros because we're off to Mexico, a land of ancient pyramids, vibrant culture, and, well, let's just say a reputation that's a little bit spicy, like a jalapeno that's been left out in the sun too long. Now, I love a good margarita as much as the next person, but even I have to admit, Mexico's ongoing battle with drug cartels and its somewhat relaxed approach to safety standards have left some Brits feeling a tad apprehensive. It's enough to make you swap your tequila shots for a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. Now, I'm not saying you should avoid Mexico altogether. After all, it's home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, ancient ruins that will take your breath away, and a culture that's as warm and inviting as a freshly made tortilla. But it's important to be aware of the risks and take precautions. And let's be honest, it's not just the headlines that are giving Brits pause. It's time to dust off your Indiana Jones hats and grab your sun cream because we're off to Egypt, a land of ancient wonders, scorching deserts, and, well, let's just say a political situation that's about as clear as the Nile after a sandstorm. Now, I love a good mystery as much as the next person, but even I have to admit, Egypt's recent political upheavals and the ongoing threat of terrorism have left many Brits feeling a little bit like a mummy, wrapped up in caution and buried deep in their guidebooks. It's enough to make you swap your dreams of exploring ancient tombs for a nice safe trip to the British Museum. Now, I'm not saying you should avoid Egypt altogether. After all, it's home to some of the most iconic landmarks in the world, from the pyramids of Giza to the Valley of the Kings, but it's important to be aware of the risks and take precautions. And let's be honest, it's not just the headlines that are giving Brits pause. Fasten your seatbelts and adjust your headscarves, because we are jetting off to Saudi Arabia, a land of vast deserts and oil wealth. It's a cultural climate that's a bit more conservative than a vicar's tea party. Now, I'm all for experiencing different cultures, but Saudi Arabia's strict social customs and human rights record have left many Brits apprehensive. It's enough to make you swap your dreams of riding camels across the desert for a nice safe stroll through Hyde Park. So there you have it, darlings. The top 10 countries British tourists are avoiding in 2025. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to any of these places. After all, the world is a big, beautiful, and often baffling place. And there's something to be said for experiencing different cultures and challenging your perspectives. But it's always best to be informed, prepared, and maybe pack a good sense of humor along with your passport and toothbrush. Because let's face it, travel these days is rarely dull. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to our channel for more travel insights. Stay safe and happy travels.